Hey everybody, welcome back to the Declutter-LESS class. Today we focus on functional expectations. So let me share a little bit of a background story with you before I dive into today's lesson. When Jay and I were building our house and working with the builder to design the layout, we had extra hallways. Up on the second floor, we had the kids' bedrooms, but there were extra hallways everywhere. And really all it did was add additional square footage to our home that was not functional. Jay and I, we really ended up having our the builder's drafter kind of go back to the drawing board and start over and cut out all of those extra spaces. Having a hallway with a wall and then next to another hallway was like, what? But our builder was like, no, it looks great. It's fabulous. Of course it looks fabulous to him because it's adding square footage and an additional cost to us. We had a great builder, don't get me wrong. We love him. But anyhow, the SOS methodology of home management not only focuses on sustainability, but functionality as well. So instead of starting with the thought of how it's going to look with pretty color-coded bins or completely wiped down surfaces, whatever your vision of this perfect space is, I want you to put that on pause. And I want you to back up a little bit and I want you to focus on the functionality because that is far more important in getting you to that end vision you have than starting by thinking about what the color scheme will be. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you don't understand how the space is going to function, you're never going to keep it pretty. So I'm going to read a couple of definitions to you to help you understand what I mean by functional expectations. Functional is defined as designed to be practical and useful rather than attractive. Expectations is defined as a belief that something will happen in the future. Therefore, when I'm defining functional expectations, it would be to understand in a practical sense what you believe will happen in the future within the given space. Or better stated, what you want to happen in the future within the given space. So do you agree that if you know what is expected of you, you're more likely to meet those expectations? So to complete your assignment of documenting your functional expectations, I want you to follow these 3 steps. Number 1, if at all possible, physically go into that space. If it's not possible, just sit where you are in a quiet area and close your eyes and envision that space. Step number 2, consider how the space is used. If it's used by each person in your family, how do they use it? So if I looked at our bedroom, my husband's dresser is a mess. It's still a mess because I haven't even tackled it yet. He brings everything in and he just kind of dumps it there and it's just in this big fat mound. And so I sat with him and I said, how do you actually use this space? Like what goes there? When do you put it there? Why do you put it there? What are about these extra things? So we talked through the functionality. Now I just have to go and tackle actually organizing it and working with him on that. So you've gone into the space, you're envisioning the space, you're considering how the space is being used by each person in your family, because if you don't think about the other people in your family, the sustainability is just going to go out the window. So with those thoughts in mind, write down the actions you want them to take when they use the space. And I have an example. So if I look at my laundry room, the kids were bringing clothes in. For whatever reason, my son, he takes his shirt or his socks off in the living room and he would leave them laying there all the time. And I'm like, buddy, you need to pick them up and put them in the laundry room. Well, they would get to the laundry room, but they would just sit on the floor in front of the washing machine. So I had laundry baskets there, but he never actually put it in there. So I explained to him and shared with him the document that I have written up that I'm sharing with you in the email, that in the laundry area, random dirty clothes are brought into the laundry room and placed into the proper basket, whites as opposed to not white clothes. Clothes that no longer fit are placed into a donate or giveaway bin. And then throw away all clothing items that are no longer useful. So if they have a big hole in the sock, throw the stinking things away. So that is the laundry area of our space. Those are the functional expectations. So I hope that that makes sense. And if it's not making sense, please hop on at noon to ask all of your questions or shoot me a message. I can answer them that way as well. So tomorrow we'll be diving in a little bit deeper to talk about work instructions. I look forward to hearing from you, and your assignment is not only to document the functional expectations, but I'm going to have you share them in the group as well. So when you have them done, take a snapshot and post it in the group. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.